Hey everybody, it's Billy from Spicy Ginger Soap. I'm going to make Christmas cheer. I only have I want to get a couple of Christmas scents made, which I already have one, 'Tis the Season, but I want to get at least like 2 or 3. And so I'm going to do this one, Christmas cheer, and I'm going to do, this is not supposed to accelerate, it's not supposed to discolor. So hopefully everything will go well, and I plan on doing another Taiwan swirl. I'm really liking the Taiwan and the peacock swirl. So I'm gonna get my lye into here. Everything's in there. I've got in my oils, I've got colloidal oatmeal, kaolin clay, and some coconut milk powder, which I mentioned in another video. I just recently got some, and I've been using it and seeing how I like it, kind of. I would like to keep this as thin as possible. So there we go, it's emulsified now. So that's all I want to do with that, really. I'm going to get my fragrance in, and then we'll get our colors blended up, and then we'll lay this down. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I did it the last time, because I saw a video where they did it like the drops with the drop. Well, I'll show you. I'm not sure if I'm using the correct terminology, so I'll just show you guys. All right. Ooh, it smells good. You can definitely smell the pine. I was worried about this one that I would have acceleration, because the other scent that I've got, 'Tis the Season, is kind of similar to this. I mean, it's not the same thing, it's different. This definitely smells more of pine and like orange, but that one accelerates. Like, it really accelerates. So I was kind of worried this one would too, but nope. Well, that's what it said anyways. It said it doesn't, so we'll see. All right, the rest I'll do white. And this is just easier for me to pour in this other container rather than this bowl. You've probably heard me say that before, so I should probably just stop saying it. Anyways, all right. I really like the way this smells. It really reminds me of Christmas. It has a pine scent, but it's not an overwhelming, like, strong burn your nose pine. All right. I actually think it may have decelerated things a bit, so that's good. Thin things out a little bit. I am okay with that. first going to use my little mini whisk and see how that does to mix my colors in, because it's just kind of hard to use that stick blender in these containers. Yeah, this should be fine. Like this one as much, but it's a little too small. And I did, obviously the colors are Christmas colors. I did 2 different greens because you know, I just like when you see the red and the deep green with the bright green as well. I just think it looks a little, I don't know. I don't want to say less traditional Christmas, but that is kind of what I think. Like, it's not like that plain old traditional, just plain red and green. It's got a little twist on it, and I think that looks pretty. And, you know, I always like to do kind of, not a lot of colors, but kind of. I mean, it's fun to do a few colors rather than just 2. All right. This is all looking good. And so I'm going to start I'm going to start pouring it in. And get the lid on this. I've had a couple mishaps with my titanium dioxide lately. One of them, I had poured my beautiful Tawian Swirl of the bamboo and sugarcane, and I was putting my titanium dioxide away, and the little cap that goes on top, I was putting it over, and there was titanium dioxide in the lid, and it dribbled all over my just poured top. Oh my gosh, I could have died. Oh, I was so upset. But I actually just used my a napkin, and I just soaked it up with the little napkin, and that actually worked really good. I need a tiny bit more of this green. I wouldn't mind if this was a, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to, I don't want to jinx myself. Kind of love you. Are you leaving?
Yeah, love you. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Go to the store. Do you want anything?
No, I'm good, thanks. So basically, you just continue doing this, and you're going to be at the end of it. I mean, mine's running together a little bit, but you should have basically like lines at the end of it. And then you, well, you'll see what you do after that. I will show you. I'm not sure if this isn't looking exactly like what I've seen other people's look like. I think I need to pour a little bit more, so I'm just going to try that, and we'll see how that goes. That's not really looking like it either, so I don't think that's the ticket. All right, well, I'm just going to... We shall see how this goes, you know, something different. I never know how these new things that I try will turn out. That's why I do them. See what happens. I've been I got lost there for a minute. I wasn't sure which one I needed to use. I've been like really kind of, I'll be honest, I've been a little discouraged lately. I'm not selling anything on Etsy. Like, it's so discouraging. I know other people have experienced that, and I know Etsy is just, you know, I think it's, for people who have a customer base already, I think it's great, but I think if you don't already have a customer base, it's just really hard to build one. So, you know, I'm just trying to hang in there and just think positively, but I don't know, I'm just being honest, I've been a little discouraged lately about it. I don't know if other people, you know, have experienced that also, and if things got better for them, or, you know, if they tried something different. I'd love to hear if, you know, anybody has had that experience and, you know, was able to turn it around in some way, or, you know, or tried something different. I would really love to hear from anybody who has dealt with it, because I would just like some ideas on what I should do, if I should change, if I should, because Etsy, you know, I mean, it's not like a large fee that you pay, but you do have to pay a fee just to have your products listed. And I have quite a few things listed, and so I'm paying to have them on there, but I'm not really seeing any benefit of it. I've only sold let's see, I've made 2 sales the entire time I've been open. So, you know, that's kind of, can be a little discouraging. The sales that I have made have mainly been from people that I know, you know, either people that I work with, or people that my mother works with, or, you know, people that I know, my mom knows, my kids know, you know, basically that's who I've sold to. And that is it. I will say, you know, like, the people that I have sold to, I have gotten good feedback, which that's encouraging. But, you know, it's not enough to make back the money that I've spent. And that's really what I need to do, is just at least break even. I don't even really care about making money all that much. I would like to, you know, of course, who wouldn't want to make some money on something that they work really hard at and you know, pour a lot of time and energy and love, like, because really the reason that I do it is because I love to do it. But, you know, of course somebody would want to make money on it. But it's really more for me about just paying for what I've, you know, my costs. But anyway, so like if anybody's had any experiences and they'd like to share with me some advice, I'm happy to hear it. I'm going to start pouring a little more of the colors in because I feel like this is getting a little bit muddled. And I'm running out of my white, which always seems to be a problem that I have. It's like I need to get with it because this is always an issue that I seem to have as I'm running out of white. Why don't I make more white? I make too much of the color or I use too much white. I'm not sure which part it is. One of the two I'm doing though. I'm either making too much color or I'm using too much white. I need to pour a little bit more of that in there. Yeah, I'm not seeing a real nice defined line there. I'm seeing a lot of colors kind of like coming together. So I'm a little concerned about that, but we shall see. Sure does smell good though. It's going to be a good smelling bar of soap. Alright, we are almost done. I know this is kind of a long one, but you know, you could always fast forward if it's too long for you. This weekend just flew by for me. Like literally, I just feel like it should not be over. I'm so sad. Wish I had another day. That's life though. That's always life. Back to the real world, back to work. Alright, I need to, almost out of white. The next couple ones are going to be very, very little light. And a lot of my colors. Kind of have to at this point. Oh my goodness gracious. I just always put myself into a corner. This. Okay. Oops. Dang it. Darn. Got to get the rest of these colors in there. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to just get the very last of this in there. The last of my colors, I'm just going to get them in. And then we'll figure out how we're going to do this. Because, well, I mean, not figure out how we're going to do this. I know how I'm going to do it, but I don't know quite how it's going to end up looking, I guess is what I should say. Because obviously my lines over here are not quite what I was imagining. But it's okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. I should have my apron on right now. All right. And I'm going to I need to tap that down a little because uneven. All right. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and run my skewer, and you could use a you could also use the spoon handle. Because my lines are really fine, that's why I'm using this. And then I believe for Tawian Swirl, then you want to come, basically you want to go opposite directions when you do it. So I'm gonna do that, that, and then the opposite way. And then come back this way. And look how pretty that part looks. It almost looks like it reminds me of a poinsettia, or poinsettia, however you want to say that. If the corners of my bar are a bit muddled, I'll just save those for, like, you know, the family. They'll get the muddied up bars because they are in that corner. My lines are not at all real defined, but you know, it's okay. This is the first time I've done this, and I actually think it looks really pretty, so I'm okay with it. And then I'm tempted to just leave it like it is right now, but well, and I could, and I may, to think about it for a minute, because when I saw the person that I saw do it, she then went through and went back and forth, going, you know, like this, and then that, you know, back and forth basically, and it looked really pretty. The only thing I'm concerned about is the fact that I already have, like, really, well, I mean, my lines here are pretty defined. What should I do? What should I do? Oh boy, such a hard decision. Well, I really like the way it looks right now. So what I'll do is I'll leave this one like this, I think, and then the next one that I do, I'll try it with doing the additional lines in it. I'm just worried. I don't want to, you know, mess it up because I think it looks so pretty right now. I'm trying to think. I really think this area looks really pretty. Maybe I'll just do a couple lines over here since I'm not even that worried about that area. yeah, that's what I'll do. See, you can't tell the full effect though because, you know, there's not as much lines over here. So it's hard to say what it would look like if I did it where I've really got those pretty defined lines going on. We'll do one more. Yeah, see, I kind of... Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. That kind of, it made this area more interesting because that area to me wasn't as pretty as this area up here. So it served its purpose. I think that made that part more interesting. And this part that I think is really pretty, I'm going to leave alone. Although this part right here, I'm going to go ahead and... Only because that part looks kind of blech. Looks a little muddy. If you ask me, it would be hard really to make this look ugly. I mean, I've got a couple bars that are going to be a little, the colors are a little too combined, but the rest of it's going to be really gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, now it looks uneven. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this. And I'll bring you guys back tomorrow when I cut it. Give you guys a close-up view. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, everybody. Back to cut Christmas Cheer. So this is the way it turned out. I was pretty happy with it. Aside from the areas right here, it got a little muddy, and then, you know, my lines were not as defined over in this area, but that's okay. Look at how pretty that part looks. So what I'm gonna do is oh gosh. Oh, I just messed up my... dang it. This is still soft, so I need to be more careful. I just like banged it up right there. Oh well. That's the ugly corner anyways, so whatever. This smells really good. It really reminds me of Christmas. It smells like pine, but it's not like super strong and harsh. It's like a really pretty pine with some orange. It's good. I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, basically, this is 6 inches wide by I think 9 inches long. Yeah. So what I do is I do 2 by 3 inch bars. So I'll do 3-inch notches, and that, it's a little more than 9 inches. But anyways, yeah, I'll do 3-inch bars across. And I'm going to have to cut it with my this cutter that I've got, which the last time I did it, I banged this part right here into the side of my soap. Oh my goodness, that was a disaster. Just tend to be clumsy sometimes. So anyways, I'm going to try to do a better job of cutting this one. And then I'll be able to use my regular cutter for the other cuts. But what I try to do is I try to put this right over my little indentation on my cheese cutter so that the wire can go down. It has a place to be when it cuts it. So we shall see. Okay. There we go. Sorry, my hand's right in your guys' face. This is kind of hard to do without messing anything up. Okay. So there's my first cut. We'll set that aside. Wow, this is really soft in some places. Like really soft. All right. Sorry, I guess I need to bring this back a little bit so you can see good. I have to be like perfect to get a good cut. There we go. There we go. All right, I think everything went okay. Got a little bit of a divot back there, but that's all right. All right, then we'll do 2 inches across, which I will have to measure that out. This will be, these 2 pieces will create some really pretty bars. Go ahead and do them all at the same time. Alrighty. There we go. There's our first bar. You can see the sides. It's very pretty. Look how pretty it is. I love it. That's like, to me, perfect Christmas bar, you know? It's supposed to represent Christmas. I think that's perfect. There's our sides. Oh, you could see where I was hesitating a little. I got drag marks. I'll have to clean that up. Oh, look how pretty this side is. Isn't that pretty? And then this bar, I love this bar, the corner bar. To me, it reminds me of a poinsettia. Oh, look at, you can see the teeny tiny little stripes. All right, last one. This one. All right, this one is a little bit finer lines. They're very thin, fine lines. And that was because my batter was just so thin. It was really, really thin on this one. That's how it is lately. It's either super thin or super thick. All right. I think this one's really pretty though with the fine lines. Like, this is a really pretty bar. They're all so different too, you know? They all look so different. This is the only place I got a little bit of soda ash, but I'll clean that up. And that is the last bar. So, you know, this one, I'll definitely try this again. With hopefully, like, my batter will be just a little bit thicker. Maybe I'll, you know, if I have a batter that's really thin, maybe I'll just stick blend it a little bit more. But definitely I'll try that again and try to get it a little bit more even, consistent throughout, you know. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll bring you guys back for the next video. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.